What's up, everyone? It's Hey John, and I Japper Opportunities nonstop. Today, I will be discussing Evergrow coin, why it's moving up, why it continues to move up, and of course, I will be giving some news and the technical analysis. So let's go ahead and get to it. So we can see Evergrow coin has bumped its head onto a little roadblock, and that's okay. That just means that we're seeing some people selling off some of their position, and that is perfectly healthy, and that's what you expect from investors. But more importantly, though, we need to get into the news to see what's going on and why we are continuing to rise. Evergrow has burned 147 billion EGCs and has distributed over 500,000 BUSD to the hodlers, folks. That is a huge amount of monies. We're seeing more YouTubers cover Evergrow coin. So you tell me, is that a good thing or a bad thing? We can see folks buying almost $500,000 of Evergrow coin. I mean, holy moly, folks, that's real money. So when you see more YouTubers covering Evergrow coin, what does it mean? It means that everyone wants a piece of the pie, and guess what? Evergrow coin is starting to expand its reach, and people, YouTubers who have not heard of Evergrow coin are now like, ding, I'm hearing about it now. What is it? Let me look into it. Let me cover it. And now people are coming back to cover it some more. And this is great for Evergrow coin, honestly. The more coverage, the better, because everyone has a different audience and a different demographic. And the more people that cover it, guess what? The more hodlers we will see. And the more hodlers we see, the more your investment will go up. It's as simple as that. And the fact that we're seeing continuous big burns and, of course, big payouts, it just reinforces a narrative and it makes people want to get into it more and more. Daily top 10 gainers on Bitmart. You can see EGC is up there. It's in position 9 at 30%. Check it out, folks, from Evergrow Paul. We are number 6 on DEX tools. Now we are seeing the Evergrow coin starting to trend and move up the ranks on various websites. Now, why is this important? Because people go to these cryptocurrency centric websites to look for information, and sometimes people just buy it based on the top 10. So if you go up there, guess what? You are more likely to get more views, more eyes on your project. Evergrow coin is doing exactly that. And that's why when folks say, hey, go here, go there, click here, well, it's for a reason, folks. It's because the more clicks you get, the more votes you get, guess what? You move up the ranks. And then you get more investors. It's as simple as that, folks. This is basically marketing at its finest here. And when you get these clicks, you know, click, vote. Well, we can see Evergrow coin is doing it organically. You're having real human users doing it, opposed to paying for bots. When you pay for bots, that's fine and everything, but guess what? You can only pay so much until you run out of money. But if it's organic, that means people actually believe in a project and they have no problem logging in every day and click, because it'll only help their investments. The reason why people believe in it is because, simply put, they believe in Sam and the Evergrow coin team, and they believe and know that they will be delivering good on the projects that they have announced. It's only a matter of when and not if. So we can see on the altcoin index, we are currently at 53. We pulled back a little bit, but that's okay, folks, because people are simply taking profits. If we look at the Evergrow coin search terms, we are going from 18 to 48. Holy cow. Obviously, this data is not complete. We know that the index goes up to 100, and we are currently at 48. And we're seeing the altcoin season still hover around a certain portion, getting closer to altcoin season once it hits 75 points. And ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely bullish, and this is why you're seeing more search trends, because when people see the top 10, they're gonna say, what's Evergrow coin? Let me go on YouTube and type Evergrow coin and see what pops up. You may see my video. You may see new YouTubers jumping into the space because they want a piece of the action, because people are going to google.com and typing in Evergrow coin, and boom, the search trend increases, and every time you get a search, it's a vote, it's a count, and of course, you know, these algorithms, they count everything. NASDAQ falls 1% as tech losses continue. but Dow is in the green. Omicron variant likely to fuel inflation as Americans keep shopping rather than dining out and traveling. Retail Trade Group economist says, ladies and gentlemen, so what does this mean? We have to be aware of what equities are doing too, because as you know, there are many institutions getting into cryptocurrency. So when you see the tech market pull back, essentially we're seeing a rotation in the market and people are moving into value plays. What does that mean? It means that they're looking for stocks, companies with a lower P ratio, with a lower valuation that is not astronomical. And that is essentially what it means. If you look at Apple, Google, all these big tech stocks, well, guess what? Their PE ratios are off the charts, especially Tesla. And when you see people buying more stuff and going out less and inflation increases, well, guess what? Cryptocurrencies such as L1 blockchains, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and of course Evergrow coin, because guess what? It's hyper deflationary. And in my opinion, a very good hedge against inflation, because every time you buy some Evergrow coin, you actually burn some and therefore increasing your value that much more. The US dollar? Not so much. Uncle Sam prints and prints and prints, and everyone wants more money. And guess what? They are chasing the same goods, thereby increasing that price because we're creating artificial demand. Okay, folks, check out Bitcoin. Well, I've been covering this for some time, and I believe Bitcoin is ready to break down because we're seeing Bitcoin starting to move into the bear zone. And short term, we may see a pullback to possibly 48,828 in the coming days. We are still in a long-term uptrend, and that means that if we break down below 44,944 or 45K flat, then that means the long-term trend is going out. Now, I zoomed out for you guys on a weekly perspective to show you guys what I'm referring to by the long-term upward trend. So we can see here, folks, number 1, number 2, and here we are at number 3 very soon, folks. That means we're going to tap the long-term upward trend of Bitcoin. If it breaks through, then my golly, we may see a Bitcoin crash of epic proportions. But of course, this is only due to people believing in technical analysis. The other day, I saw a very interesting article, JP Morgan Chase calling out for Bitcoin to hit 175. You're seeing Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. You're seeing Mark Cuban. You're seeing Deutsche Bank. You're seeing all of these major financial institutions, aka the banks. Everyone is calling for Bitcoin to go to 100K, $1 million, 500K, etc., etc. In the long term, I absolutely agree that it will happen, but we are seeing a long-term Bitcoin trend. Guess what? Getting very close to that trend. And if we do not bounce off it, I suspect that in the background, we're seeing a lot of these big funds starting to get some contracts to, guess what, short Bitcoin. And the reason why they want to do this, in my opinion, is simply put, they want to push a price down so they can load up their bags and buy it up. And another reason why we're seeing Bitcoin dominance decrease is because we're seeing these L1 blockchains starting to increase their utility, increase the ecosystem, increase the total locked valuation, TLVs, and they are gaining market share. Now, this is not saying Bitcoin is dead. It is far from it. It is not FUD. But in the short term, we may see Bitcoin pull back. But long term, though, it's going to be majestic. So just be aware of that and do not be scared of the FUD. If you're a long-term investor like me, that's fine. When it comes down, just load it up. Here we are, folks. We are seeing Evergrow coin increase hodler count to 124,840. And we're seeing about 2,000 increase in hodlers overnight. This reminds me of the early days of the astronomical growth of Evergrow coin. All right, folks, we're covering Evergrow coin on a 4-hour perspective, and we can see that, guess what? Evergrow coin hit my 1630 resistance line. We saw a little bump above it, and now it's a wick, and then getting rejected because we've seen Evergrow coin go from 750 to 1630. This is literally a 100% gain in about a day or two. And when you see those kind of astronomical gains, some folks are going to take some profits, and that's fine, folks. That's what you want. You do not want to see a chart that goes just straight up. because that's ridiculous and very unhealthy, because the higher it goes without a healthy pullback, then my golly, we're going to see an even sharper crash. So the channel is from 1387 to 1630. 1387, in my opinion, is going to be a support. But if I zoom out for you guys, and let's go a little further back here, we can see that around 1465 is another location where we can see a strong buildup. So let me go ahead and draw it for you guys. There we go. So around 1483 is another location where we can see some potential traffic zone, because we can see it here. It hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times already. And people have muscle memory, folks, because do not forget, Evergrow coin is only a 3-month old token. And that's why we have to use all these things here, including technical analysis, with a grain of salt, because we don't have enough real history yet. But this is better than nothing, folks. So we're seeing increased sales here, 1.3 million. We're seeing 1 million. So about $2.3 million in profit taking. Earlier in the video, we can see that we're trending, right? We're getting more investors, more hodlers, etc. on DEX tools, Bitbart. We're increasing the ranking, so we have more visibility and more eyes. While at the same time, you're also attracting more day traders, and at the same time, you're also attracting more investors. But however, though, there's no guarantee on who's who or what's what, because it's hard to say unless you know the individuals or you check the wallets and see how long they've been hodling. And the thing is that this is a double-edged sword. Yes, you get more eyes. Yes, you get more buys, but you also get more sells. So look for more volatility ahead in Evergrow coin. And this is not me trying to give you guys FUD or anything, but just be aware of it. And the charts are the charts. We know where the supports and where the resistance is at, and we know where it's going if it breaks out. Get $250 in Bitcoin using my BlockFi, link down below in the description. Get 2 free stocks courtesy of WEBULL. Get $25 in Crow, links down below in the description. And of course, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. And most importantly, have an awesome day, and I will catch you all on the next one.